What's going on, team? What's going on? Hope everybody had a great Thursday. Hope everyone had a great day today. I'm gonna give everybody 4 minutes to join, 3 minutes to join. We'll start at exactly 7 p.m. No, I clicked the wrong button. Damn, my clock was 30 seconds behind. It's crazy. Crazy. Again, just gonna give everybody three minutes to join, and then we'll get started. Any questions in the meantime? Just let me know. If no questions, then we're just gonna get through this. Again, tomorrow's already Friday. Usually I don't trade Fridays, so we're just gonna get through this on the 30-minute time frame. Look for any continuations. We also have news tomorrow, NFP. So again, I'm more than likely not gonna be trading tomorrow, but we will update our charts as normal. We'll see if we could potentially look for any trades, and then we'll go on from there, guys. Again, any questions, just let me know. All right, team, let's get started. Give everybody a few minutes. Again, if just for the ones who weren't here earlier, if you have any questions, just let me know. Once again, since this is the session pretty much for Friday, usually don't trade Fridays, so just gonna skim through this on the 30-minute time frame. Look for any continuations. We'll update the 30-minute time frame if we need to. Everything else, the 4-hour highs, daily lows, we'll update that this weekend in the during our weekly market breakdown. So, um, sorry, dog is barking real quick. Give me 1 second. I think we're good. All right. So AU still moving on an uptrend. We have 2 days of rise, counter trend. So AU right now, again, I'm just letting it go. Gonna wait for AU to start moving in the direction of the overall move, which is downtrend, and then I'll start looking for those trades. AUDCAD very similar. We're in a downtrend, right? And right now in the 30-minute time frame, we had price give us lower low, lower high, lower low. We could go ahead and delete some of these drawings here so we could have a clear view of what we're looking at. Alright, so lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price came up today and gave us a change of character higher high. Alright, so still trading between this low, but we are now trading between this low and this high. And again, this is moving counter trends, so right now I'm not really interested in trading these moves. Euro AUD, still looking for that break, right? Technically speaking, price already technically gave us a change of character, lower low. Price gave us a lower high, and gave us a lower low, but didn't give us a valid break of these lows. Still testing candles, right? And we also finished the day on a no net. Price is just moving sideways these last couple days, so not gonna update these highs or lows just yet. Gonna wait for it. Just gonna give it another day or two. We'll see what Euro AUD does. We'll wait for this out. But currently EA, we still gotta wait for prices turn around, start making higher highs and higher lows again. We'll wait for that valid BOS, and then we'll go on from there. Here was good, Muhammad. We'll get to stream, my brother. Welcome, welcome. Hope you've been well, my brother. We've been missing you here. I'm back. Yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. Chillin', man. You already know from what I said earlier this week when you were here. Everybody's kind of MIA. Everybody's kind of. They're not MIA, man. Everybody's just taking a step back, just kind of refocusing. So I've been kind of bored these last couple weeks, but it's all good. But again, there hasn't really been any trades. There hasn't really been any motion on the charts. A lot of fake outs, I will say that. Especially today, I looked at the charts right before I got onto the stream. And I'm like, wow, we're kind of just not missing out on anything. Just a whole bunch of fake outs going both ways. It's like, nah, it's not even good. Mr. Bashir, welcome to the stream, my brother. How are you? How are you? So yeah, guys, let's keep it going. Again, any questions, just let me know. Any specific pairs you want me to go over, just let me know. Just seen that crazy movement past 2 months. Yeah, it's been longer, honestly, since... I mean, again, I haven't taken a real trade. I haven't taken a real trade since April. Everything that I've taken has been just small trades, you know, just to be able to catch something. But when it comes to STP or ADR, or even when it comes to price moving during the NYC session, unless it's, you know, a high impact news day, other than that, we've just been either consolidating, or as soon as the market opens, price is just moving. And we could even see that here, like as soon as the market's open, boom, moving. As soon as the market's open, moving. As soon as the market's open, moving. Right? And the other days is just consolidating, just trapping traders. It's either moving as soon as the market's open, right? Straight up or straight down, or just fucking moving sideways. Right? And this is just EURCAD. We're talking about every single pair in the market has been moving this way. Right? And yeah, for right now we understand that we have a change of character, higher high on change of on EURCAD, but no break. And we've just been consolidating this entire week, rejecting highs and rejecting lows the entire time. So just gonna wait it out. Again, I'm in no rush. I need to see that BOS. Once we get that BOS, and once we get the break of the zone of consolidation, that's 2 confirmations that price is ready to start moving. So just gonna wait it out. Really, there's really nothing else we can say about that. I got 3 more pairs to update, but you'll be done with them in no time. I'm cool. Okay, Mr. Bashir, no problem. Are we considering to start trading London session because recently is giving more movement than the NY? So yeah, this week alone, I've woken up 3 different days for the London session. You know, unfortunately today was one of those days, but it was stupid because we have news. We had news today, the same thing that happened on Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, no news today. What was it? I'm already confused. Today's Thursday, right? We had news yesterday. We had no news today, right? So already knowing that the news that we had today was just an unemployment claim, when we had NFP yesterday and we have NFP tomorrow, we already knew we weren't really gonna get any volume until then. So I woke up for London. Obviously nothing happened during London. Everything started moving once that news hit. But you know, aside from that, now to just really answer the question, the situation at hand is that we don't know how long the market is going to be in these conditions for, right? So the easiest answer would be like, yeah, we would have to start trading London session. We would have to at least start waking up during London session, see if there's anything we could catch, see if anything that's making sense, um, and then just stay up through London and the NYC session. That would really be the easiest way to go about it. And then once we start noticing that the market conditions are going back to normal, then we'll go back to trading just strictly the NY, but we'll just have to be patient. It's really all it is. I do want to say that starting next week, I am gonna start trading London session like I did this week. This week for our members on WAP, I did a few London session streams, so it'll probably be the same for these next couple weeks. Alright, so Euro USD didn't give us a valid break after the change. Right, it's still just a testing candle, which was that 8 o'clock candle that printed. Right, not a valid break, but we also have 2 days of rise. So the fact that we have 2 days of rise, this is going to be one that we'll be looking for 372, right? That third day push to the top side. The only thing I don't like, again, overall for EU, we're trading still at the higher high. We have that gap at the bottom of the market. But I do like that we're following the trend, right? Higher high, higher low, and we're looking for that higher high. Here in the 4-hour, we have a crazy exhaustion candle, right, on the top side, which was, again, that 8 o'clock candle. So just want to be patient. Once again, I don't have a valid break of these highs. It was just a testing candle. So right now, the entry is still sitting here as low probability, but that's okay. We'll keep an eye on this. If it gives us an opportunity to take a trade, then we'll take it. Good shit. I'll be up London session. Bet. Yeah, that's most likely what's gonna have to happen here. I even said that yesterday in the session. I'm like, or before yesterday. I said it one day. I was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to suck it up and just be up for that time. Alright, we had a third week high for GA, but price decided to just move counter trend, and that's okay. Right, we're sitting at higher high, so sitting at a higher high after a break, we already know it's low probability, and we're pretty much still trading between the previous higher high and higher low in the 30-minute. So there's nothing really here to update. I was really only expecting that third week high, but we could still see price internally giving us lower lows and lower highs. So nothing on GA. GCAD, we're still in the sideways movement. So again, there's nothing to update here on GCAD. We've been in the same situation since the start of the week. There hasn't been anything to update here. I'm still looking for either a break of the highs or that's it. Price is still moving counter trend. We're still trading between the previous lower low and lower high. And again, the market has two type of moves, a trend or a zone of consolidation. And instead of giving us a simple lower low, lower high into a lower low, it gave us a lower low and then price started consolidating. So it's all good. Once we get a break, we'll start taking that trade. Once we get higher highs and higher lows, we'll start taking those trades. GJ, not really trading it, so I'm just going to skip it. Right, as of right now, EU looks like the best trade. GU, very similar to EU. We don't have a valid break of these highs. It's still a testing candle, and then price came back down. Again, very similar to EU. What I like about it is the fact that we have a 372. Right, so EU and GU are definitely the two trades I'll be keeping an eye on. But again, both of those trades are low probability at this point. NZD USD, still looking for that level 3 push to the bottom. We're still trading between the previous lower low and lower high, right? And we're looking for price to fill that gap at the top of the market. We also have 2 days of rise, but again, it is going counter trend, so I'm not going to mark it as a 372 since it's moving counter. US30 price ended up giving us a day of drop after 3 days of rise. Market must drop or give us a no net. Right, gave us that 4th day push with this wick, which was that news candle. Like, look at US30, how crazy this is moving. Right, faking traders thinking this shit was gonna go high, hit your stop loss, Trapped the traders thinking it was gonna go short, hit their stop loss again. All the traders who thought this was just gonna continue to push to the top side, hit your stop loss once again. Like, I'm in no rush, guys. I'm telling you right now, I'm in no rush to take any of these trades. Like, I don't care. I really don't. None of these trades look appetizing to me. None of these pairs. I've been in a state of just relaxing. Again, it sucks because I want to take a trade. I'm tired of just sitting here every morning, not doing shit. But again, we know that that's part of the game. So again, these pairs that I'm skipping, USDZR, I'm still looking for price to go down and fill this gap, so I'm not trading it until we fill that gap. USDCAD is on the same boat as USDZR, so I'm not too antsy about taking that trade. Gold is one that I'm very curious about. Um, we're still in the zone of consolidation, still don't have a valid break. We're just testing highs again. On top of that, we have this gap at the bottom. We still have these gaps at the top and this one at the bottom, right? So what I would want to see, what I think is going to happen, which ideally this would be where I'd start looking for an aggressive trade again. I would honestly be looking for something like this. If we would have had a much better break of these highs, it's actually internally, right? Because this is where this gets fucking all messed up, bro. Because internally, right? Internally, we could say, let's see what we could say. Internally, we could say, internally, we could say this is where we had the change of character. And then if this is the break, this would have to be a valid break. It is a valid break. Yeah, it is a valid break, right? And then price came to the lows. We have to break these lows. It tapped these lows. And once we had the inducement of the lows, this is where we would want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows on the internal time frame, which lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low, and we maintained these highs and these lows up until here, where this is where we got the higher high, right? Higher low, and this is where price is giving us another higher high. So this is looking good. I mean, there's nothing here. Now, the only thing I would say again is that gap, and I would want to see price fill this gap up, the one that we had at the start of the market open. We have a gap in the market, but this would have been a nice engulfing candle. We're talking about a 44 pip candle. If we would have had that candle print here at 44 pips, yeah, this would have closed as an engulfing candle as well. So we'll wait this one out. We'll see what price does here. This would be an ideal trade though. Would be ideal. Not letting gut to you is difficult in these situations. Yeah, I mean, this is what I was saying yesterday, right? Like, we're human. We're gonna feel these emotions. It's really about understanding that you are a lot stronger than your brain. You could control your emotions, right? You could feel out what you feel. Again, this is what I was saying yesterday, and I was telling everybody, like, this is what's important about having a mentor that's completely open. Like, again, like, I understand what you guys are feeling. Like, I understand wanting to take a trade and being nervous and being anxious and being bored and just like, fuck it, I'm gonna take the trade because fuck it, I have nothing else to do. Right? I haven't taken a trade in 2 weeks. I want to take a trade, right? Like, I understand that. I understand the feeling. It's still something that I go through. But again, how many times do you have to be slapped? Right? Like, how many times does your parent have to tell you no for you to stop doing it? Right? There comes to a point where you're not gonna do it no more. for a lot of reasons. Let's just say the reason is because, yo, if your mom tells you no and you keep doing it, you're gonna get hit, right? And I don't want to get hit, so I'm gonna stop doing it. So it's the same thing in trading. Like, I already know what's gonna happen again. And the example I was giving was a trade for GBPCAD that we took in April that we lost, right? Like, we knew we were gonna lose that trade if we took it. We knew we were gonna lose, and I took it anyway. Cause I said, fuck it, I'm gonna take the trade because I'm bored. I got nothing else to do, right? And what happens? We lose the trade. So again, it's an understanding that you have your rules. You already know what's right and what's wrong. It's up to you to follow those rules. You're either gonna follow the rules and you're gonna win, or you're not gonna follow the rules and you're gonna lose. There's no in between. You might get lucky, but I'm not in the game of being lucky. Because when I have a Propfirm account, I can't bank on the fact of me getting lucky every single time I trade. Right? That's just not how it works. Right? When you have a excuse me. When you have a live trading account, right? You're not gonna bank on being lucky every single time you take a trade. You're not gonna do it. How long till you blow the $100, $1,000 that you have on your account just because you're trying to be lucky every single time you step on the charts? So yeah, it's really about not letting it get to you. Like, just, we went through all these pairs. Out of how many pairs we now have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pairs. Right? Out of the 16 pairs, what, 5 of them were in consolidation all week? Oil, we've been consolidating since Monday. Let's put it on the list. Right? Bitcoin, we've been consolidating, and we finally just got the move at the end of Thursday. So are we gonna, let's put this one on the list. Fuck it. Right? We've been consolidating since Saturday. Right? May 31st, for a whole fucking 5 days we've been consolidating. 6 days. Right? So let's put that one on the list. Gold I'm not going to put on the list, but we've been in this little area for gold too. So you want to put gold on the list? Monday was the only day that didn't consolidate. But at the end of Monday for the entire week, we've been in the zone of consolidation. So let's add gold to the list as well. Fuck it. That's 3 pairs. Right? We're not going to add ZAR. I won't add CAD since it's moving counter trends. Right? Do we add US30? You know, do I want to? Going into last week, we consolidated for 2 days, moved for 1 day, consolidated for another 2, and then just did this bullshit for 2 days. Like, what are we even trading here? What are we trading? Right? So do we add US30 to that list too? Like, I kind of want to. Right? So let's say that's 4 pairs that's been consolidating. NU, I won't add it. GU, I won't add it either. But I mean, again, this is not tradable. The only day that we didn't consolidate was the beginning of Monday, the beginning of the week, and then pretty much the end of yesterday going into today. This is the only 2 days that didn't consolidate for GU. Right? GJ didn't consolidate. GCAD, it's been another one. That's 5 pairs. GA, EU, very similar to GU. ECAD, another one that's been consolidating since last week. That's 6 pairs. Right, EA's been moving counter trend, so I won't add that to the list. AU is also moving counter, so I won't add it to the list. And AU is moving counter, so I won't add it to the list. So out of the 14 pairs, 5 of them are consolidating, and fucking the rest of them are moving counter trend. Only 2 pairs that look decent today and don't even look good to trade. They just look decent, which is EU and GU for 372. So again, it's just really also the understanding, like, if you already know where you're at, if you already know where you're trading, how you're trading, what you're looking for, again, it just becomes less of a hassle. Like, yes, I'm bored, yes, it sucks, but I also have the understanding as to why I'm not being able to take a trade. I think it'd be completely different if we didn't know why. If we didn't know why, we would just take bullshit trades, right? But we know why. Like, we understand the reasons. Like, we know why this 372 is not going to work. Right, on GU. We know why the 372 is not going to work on EU. We already know it's not going to work. Now, if tomorrow morning we wake up and there's an opportunity because it did something completely different, then fuck it. We know, then that's going to be our saving grace. That's our Hail Mary that the market makers threw at us. But looking at how price is moving now, where it is, how it's set up, everything from the top to the bottom, from the daily time frame down to the 30-minute time frame, just looking at it the way we've been looking at it, I've only been sharing for 25 minutes. We just did 14 pairs in 20 minutes. I already know we're not going to have no trades for tomorrow. I already know for a fact. For a fact. So, you know, it's again, I've always said this, and you've always been here when I said this. We play a different game than everybody else. Like, a lot of people really step onto the charts and have no clue what they're going to be looking for the day. They, you know, we already know. Like, we already know what every single pair, we already know what we want to look for. We already know. AU, I'm looking for shorts. AUDCAD, I'm looking for shorts. EA, I'm looking for longs. ECAD, I'm looking for longs. EU, I'm looking for longs. Right? GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, looking for longs. NU, looking for shorts. US30, we're in peak high. It could go either way. We're looking for a continuation of a trend. Right? USDCAD, looking for longs. USDZAR, looking for longs. Gold, we're still in peak high. Still making higher highs. Still going for longs. Bitcoin, same thing. US oil, I'm looking for shorts. Right? And again, that's me going. I don't even have to go through the pairs anymore to tell you what's doing what. But if you want to go in order, we can. Right? AU, again. AU looking for shorts. We're in A2, second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the bottom. AUDCAD, we're in A1, first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the bottom. EA, we're in level 3, looking for the continuation back to the top side in an uptrend. ECAD, we're in level 2, looking for the continuation to the top side. EU, we're in A1. Well, we're level 2 already. We have to break, right? Looking for that continuation to the top side. GA, level 3, looking for the continuations to the top side. GCAD, level 3, looking for the continuations to the top side. GJ, we're still in peak high territory in an uptrend. Right? GU, we're looking for the continuation back to continue to make level 2 on an uptrend. Right? NZD/USD, we're in level 3 to the downside, looking for that final push in a downtrend. US30, peak high territory again, could go either way at this point. USDCAD, we're still in an uptrend, looking for the continuations, higher highs and higher lows. USDZAR, we're still in that second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. But we know price is going down, looking for price to fill that gap at the bottom before we could continue the push to the top side. Gold, similar to GJ and US30, peak high territory, still making higher highs and higher lows. Bitcoin, same thing. We're in peak high territory. We're sitting at the top of the zone of the previous zone of consolidation. Right? What else are we looking for here? And then US oil, we're sitting in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the bottom to continue the downtrend. So again, for us is we already know what we're looking for. It's about now waiting for price to give us the confirmations. You get the confirmations, you take the trade. You don't get the confirmation, you don't take the trade. Right? And here for Bitcoin, we have 2 months of rise, but again, we're sitting at the higher highs. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations, man. I don't want to say this is where we're gonna continue, but would make sense again. It would definitely make sense. You know, we have a week of drop last week. This week we have another week of drop, so just a lot of different things going on. Right? One time frame is telling you one thing, the other time frame is telling you something completely different. And that's been the common theme for a lot of these pairs. Just a lot of confusion. 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, the market must go up or move sideways. So it really just goes to show, man. Want to be careful, because if price for Bitcoin goes up, then that means gold is not going to go up, which means this entry here would be completely invalidated. So want to be careful with this trade. But again, either way, I on a regular day I wouldn't even be looking to take this trade. We're still stuck in this range, technically speaking. Right, where price is just trading between those highs and those lows. Right, and we're in the middle between our 30-minute gap to the highs and our 30-minute gap to the shorts, to the lows. And we can see how the market makers have been trapping traders the entire week, making you believe this is a break retest to continue to go long, and it goes short. Makes you believe this is the break and retest to go short, right? And it goes long. Makes you believe this is the push, gives you a retest to continue, and then goes straight down to your stop loss if you didn't cash out, right? So, man, it's just a whole bunch of noise, a whole bunch of noise in the market. So that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions? Let me know. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Any entries you guys want me to go over, talk about, anything at all? Just let me know. We'll give you guys a minute in the chat. If no questions, then that's pretty much it for the day, and we'll be back again tomorrow morning. All good. See you tomorrow. All right, my brother. We'll see you tomorrow. Glad to have you back, man. Make sure you guys save your charts. Don't forget. All right, guys. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow morning.